What's up, everybody? It's me, Spider-Man. No, I'm just kidding. It's Greg Miller, your friend from kindafunny.com, youtube.com/kindafunny, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, twitter.com/gameovergreggy, twitter.com/kindafunnyvids, twitter.com/Nick_Scarpino. That's right. He's never written a real tweet. I've done them all. How's my hair here? Let's fix the hair. This, of course, is your AMA for the month of October 2017. If you didn't know, each and every month over on patreon.com/kindafunny, we put up a little post and we say, guess what? This month's AMA is going to be blank. Leave your questions here for him. You guys leave a bunch of questions. Then blank, who this time is me, comes in here and answers your questions as you have, asked them. As the crow flies north, as they say. South, as the crow flies. First and foremost, let's start with Yusef Wagad. Yusef writes in and says, it's Jericho. What up, Jericho? Jericho writes in and says, hi, Greg. First things first, I want to thank you for keep being this awesome person. Let's try it again. First things first, I want to thank you for keep being this awesome person and never giving up on this dream of yours. You made the internet a nicer place by getting us chumps together and spreading our positive energy. Now, I sound like I'm on some esoteric shit, but whatever. Smiley emoticon. What up, Jericho? Gregway, this leads me right to my question. How the fuck do you keep being this awesome? Where do you get the energy and the motivation to do this hard work every day for the big, beautiful kids? I know all of us have days where we're at a low level and think we just want to take a break for a sec to get a breather, but it almost seems like you know how to deal with that. Easier? Don't know if that's the right word for that. The reason why I'm asking this, at work in my team, I really try to do the same. My boss is telling me that he gets good feedback from other teams. They like my positivity and my Joker mentality. That sounds scary, but I think you mean just like your haha funny guy mentality, not I'm going to torture and blow up Gotham City. My teammates seem to all like my personality and the good mood we're in most of the time. It wasn't always like this. I really think it was you and the Kinda Funny crew, and of course, the best friends who made me this easygoing, optimistic creature that I am now. Not that I was the opposite before, but I was a rather quiet person. You taught me better. Thanks, and much love from Berlin, Jericho. Hashtag PS I love you XOXO. Hashtag Vita never dies. Well, Jericho, it's a giant question. You asked a whole bunch there. I like it though, and I appreciate it, of course. Thank you for supporting Patreon. But more importantly, this is if you're watching at home, this is the Jericho who every PS I love you XOXO would gather all the questions into an easy readable format for me. So a good dude, dedicated. Couldn't have done the show without him. How the fuck do I keep being this awesome? Where do you get the energy and the motivation to do this hard work every day? Well, I don't think of myself as an awesome person. That's not what I think. You know what I mean? What I'm out here every day is just being myself. What am I out here doing? I'm just being Greg Miller, which is somewhat easy, I guess. You know what I mean? It's what I've talked about before. I talk about it in the cancer panel, right? When I'm on camera, I'm the Greg Miller I want to be. I'm focused. I'm dedicated. I'm listening intently. I'm here to have this conversation. I'm bubbly. I'm cheery. I'm doing this. And then I get to go home or to come off camera and be quiet as a rock, sit there, worry about the million of other things I have to worry about, focus on all the other things I have to. You guys get to see the best of all of us, I would say, in the way that when we get out here and we get to perform, we get to podcast for you, we get to make YouTube videos for you, we get to talk about video games, we get to talk about things we love, the things we hate. That's us, at our best, getting to do exactly what we want. In the same way I always talk about, that Instagram or Twitter or sometimes Facebook are highlight reels, right? You can look at other people's Instagram and be like, oh man, this person, he or she went on this vacation, they're doing this, they're eating this awesome food, their life is perfect. Obviously, that's all we share. We only share the good stuff with you. I think Kinda Funny might be a bit different in the way that I'll talk about my cancer and Nick will talk about his anxiety. We'll have topics that get super serious and somebody cries. But even then, for the most part, you're not talking about the day-to-day struggles, the self-doubt, the little questions you'd have about what's going on, the things that weigh on you, the comments somebody makes on Reddit or the forums or wherever, Twitter, that, gets inside your head and really bums you out. It's, the same mantra we've talked about forever of just like, there's a vocal minority of people who hate things, and then there's the silent majority that watches the content or does whatever and enjoys it. I feel like I'm all over the place in this one. How do I get up? Where do I find the energy and the motivation to do this every day? It's folks like yourself, Jericho. It's folks like you. It's folks like Amy Gilroy. It's folks like Joey Noel, Andy Cortez, folks that talk to us, and I'll meet at a PAX or I'll meet at an RTX Sydney, and they'll tell me how the stupid thing we've done has changed their lives or helped make their day better. The Reddit thread I was talking about as of the recording of this week, where people were talking about when they listen to Kind of Funny Games Daily, they do the jingles with me or they pound on the table for Game Over Greggy Show with me. Like, the connection we have, right? The fact that I know that exists and then to get to meet all of you, that's what it's all about. It's about coming in here and being able to distract you or entertain you or make you think for however long the fucking podcast is. That's what the motivation comes from, you guys. And I know it sounds hokey and bullshitty, but it's the truth that I come out here and I want to do the best stuff we can for you. I when I'm not on the morning show, I want to come in and interject in the morning show to make it better. I want to do a dumb bit on the morning show to make you guys smile. I want to make Nick smile, and that because I know that'll make him have a better performance that makes better content for you. It's all about doing it for you. So I think you have the right head on your shoulders when you're talking about your team here and what you're doing of, you want to be that force of positivity. That's the thing, is like being the positive guy, being the positive person isn't easy. There's a lot of reasons you could get salty, you could get angry, you could sit in the forums or any forum, any internet forum, and argue with trolls or people who just want to roll around in the mud with you. But you don't. You got to push on. You got to worry about the things you love. Talk about the things you love. Talk to the people that love you and that want to love you. And you can disagree with those people, obviously, but, you just got to press on. You got to be Superman. You're bulletproof. Everything bounces off of you. Don't worry about it. Next up. Yaya Ramen. Hi, Greg. Again, it's Hey, Greg. I don't know what I'm doing. I just wanted the oh, this is funny. Let me start from the top. Yaya Ramen. Hey, Greg. I just wanted the apron, lol. But since this tier is open, I might as well pop in and say hi. Hi. I really love what Kind of Funny is producing. I started following Kind of Funny at the start of the year, and the difference in the content you guys have produced from then till now is amazing. Watching or listening to Kind of Funny has become part of my daily ritual, and I thank you guys for that. Keep up the great work. You guys are doing something very special. Also, are there any plans for an Oz visit in the near future? Maybe next year. Much love from Australia. Thank you very much, Yaya, for stepping up to the apron tier this year, or this month, to get your Team Fat apron. I know it's a lot of money, but again, we're doing them in a limited run. There's a different thing to it. We have to handle the shipping. We have to do all that. I hope we're making it worth your while, and I hope this, is fun for you and you enjoy doing this Patreon tier as well. To go through this, of course, thank you for liking the content. Thank you for seeing the change. Thank you for, I really think we've been on a roll since Kind of Funny Live, or right before Kind of Funny Live with the town hall stuff. I think we turned around and we're all marching in this really great direction. It's awesome to see so many people flock to it and so many people be on board and so in love with just being best friends. Any plans for Australia right now? No, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen. We get to think about a week or two in front. Like, we're having conversations right now about, what's going to happen for our anniversary in January. That's as far as we're really planning anything, and that's ignoring December and what we're doing on shows or how we're doing that stuff. It seems like always RTX Sydney is always, that's how we got over there last year when we did it. I don't think that's happening this year. I haven't heard anything about it, so I wouldn't expect that, but those are the things, like, we're small. We're trying to make it all work here. We're trying to keep everybody employed, keep Cool Greg fed. It's one of those things that I don't know if Australia trip out of the blue makes sense, but timing it around an event, I know PAX Australia just happened. That's the kind of stuff that makes sense for us. So if you ever saw us coming over there, it would generally be for something like that. No plans right now, but all options are on the table. That's Colin Moriarty used to say. Amy Gilroy says, random question. Have you ever had taco chips? Here's a link to what I mean. Got an Oreo, a mystery Oreo flake in the back of my throat. Hold on one second. It also could be a thread from the Spider-Man mask. I've opened up the taco chip. Taco chip. It's from richsauces.com. Taco chip. Spicy chili beef. Piping hot fries and the cool spice of taco mayo. Brilliant. Here's the thing. Chili beef? Like, is it chili? I don't know, Amy Gilroy. I don't like the liquids and solids mixing up here. That's all it is. Oh, here it is. Add cheese and how much chili. Are there what? Recipe info. Here we go. No, this is just like, what? Is there a how-to? I don't know what I'm looking at. Methodology, that's probably it. Nope. Plate your fries, portion the chili beef, and a dollop of taco mayo on top. I haven't tried this, but you're just taking ground beef, taco seasoned meat. Okay, I see. Putting it on top of French fries, and then putting taco mayo on top of it. I've never seen taco mayo here in the States. Cool, Greg, do you know of taco mayo? Does that exist here? Cool Greg's shrugging his shoulders and throwing his hands up. I have not tried taco chips, Amy Gilroy. I have tried poutine. I have tried cheese fries. I have tried Buffalo Wild Wings potato wedges with cheddar. I like all of those. I might like that, but what I would probably do is go and put steak on it. I'll eat the ground beef, like, hey, we're having taco night. I'll eat that. But what I prefer, of course, is like carne asada. And if you're going that way, then I would suggest to you next time you're in San Francisco for a kind of funny event, you go to the Richmond Republic Draft House. Over there, they got poutine. They put steak on it. It's real good. But it's like American poutine. It's not like French poutine. Jen gets all offended by it. Don't worry about it. Luke Falconer says, can we start a separate Patreon just for your facial hair? I need to see the full beard, Greg Miller. You know, I did it where I toyed around, what was it, last month? Or maybe the beginning of this month, where I let it grow out for a while leading up to Kevin's wedding. Leading up to Let's Play Live Week, or the Let's Play Weekend house thing. I just don't like beards that much, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate that it saves me time. I just get to get up and go. But it's one of those, I look better this way, I feel. And secondly, everyone at this fucking company has a beard. I don't need to do that. I want to do my own thing. I don't need to do it. We don't need to just be everybody's on camera and they all got beards. We don't need that. That's not what we need. Will I ever do it? Probably. I'll probably let it go. When? I don't know. I'm always on camera, and I don't want to look dumb. And I think I look dumb. And you might not think I look dumb, but I think I look dumb. And if it's in my head, I'm gonna act dumb, and then I can't have that. Cassidy Coyote writes in and says, considering your marriage happened so quickly, there must be some surprising things you and Jen are learning about each other now that you're living together. Anything weird come up yet? I'm thinking. If you were doing something else in another tab, you might have thought the video stopped. But I'm really just thinking. It's that weird thing of Jen and I started dating and it was an open book. I mean, we're we're traveling so much together. We were kind of already living together in that sense. It's like she knew I took loud poops. That was something that didn't like sneak up on her. And I knew she can't sing. I knew that from early on in the relationship. I think once in a while I'll bring up a food thing I don't like. You know what I mean? She always gives me shit about not liking beans. Whatever. What surprising thing has happened to us? Or what have we been surprised about with the other person? I got nothing good off the top of my head. She's a better chef than me, but I knew that before we moved in. I got nothing. She's how do you say that? She's an awesome mom to Portillo, right? Like, they're kindred spirits. You know what I mean? Like, Portillo's been around a lot of my exes. She's his true mother. That surprised me. The way they get along. The way Portillo likes her more than me. But it's good. It's great. I love it. And he'll come back to me. Don't worry. He's still a daddy's boy. But, like, he loves his mom very, very much. And that's something, obviously, we couldn't have planned for beforehand. And the fact that he's so stupid and hurts himself so many times and does so many things wrong, and she just never water off a duck's back to her. Now, granted, maybe if she would have had to put up for 12 years like I had. But I've been around other people who have shorter fuses for Portillo's shenanigans. Jeremy Shook. Hi, Greg. First of all, thanks for being so awesome, and thanks for providing amazing content every day. My question is, who is your dream guest for the Game Over Greggy show? Also, which show/podcast would you like to appear on? See, this is one of those rough ones, of course. Well, no, it's not actually. The Rock. Dumb. Stupid. I was going to say early on Kevin Smith, but we had Kevin Smith on. But The Rock is definitely the one. We're always talking about that. I mean, he did the Kind of Funny Live 3 video. We're close. I guess more like that, but we're close in terms of getting The Rock on here one day. And what show would I like to be on? I want to be on Death, Sex, and Money. I love Death, Sex, and Money. My favorite podcast outside of any of the stuff we do. Maybe inside of it. But I love Death, Sex, Money. We've had Anna Sale on, of course, the host from Death, Sex, and Money. It was an exclusive that I think we put out live for everybody. No, we put it out live for everybody. It was when we did away with exclusives. 101 Game Over Greggy show. So that was great. And yeah, I'd like to be on a real episode of Death, Sex, and Money. Maybe if she ever, I'm not cursing or anything, if she ever gets sick or something, I could come in and host it for her. You know what I mean? Death, Sex, and Money. Have a shouldless day. Donate $8 and get your coffee cup. If you're a Death, Sex, and Money fan, that made sense to you. And if it did, you're not, then that was just nothing. But you should all listen to Death, Sex, and Money. And tell Anna Sale Greg Miller sent you. And do a little wink. Peter Karadimus writes in and says, hey, Greg, you've mentioned before that since you met Jen, And he says, Genevieve, you've become more open to the idea of having kids. How did you know that your opinion on the matter changed? I've always been team no kid, but I'm wondering if that's something that changes with time. Yeah, that's a great question, Peter. So, back in high school, watched a movie called The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. And they do the thing where he's like got this awesome life, lives in an awesome high rise, has an awesome car, makes a lot of money, has a girl show up in lingerie that just wants to fuck him and get out of his life and never actually talk to him. I remember watching that. I'm like, okay. And then I forget, he gets bumped on his head or whatever. And he totally like envisions what his life would have been like if he married his like high school sweetheart, college sweetheart, Taya Leone. And like they have all these shitty kids and they're pooping all over the carpet and being horrible people. And they got a bad house and he's got a bad job. And like he wakes up from that and he's like, I should have fucking married her. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? No way, dude. Your other life's way better, you idiot. And so from then until Jen, I was very much of the, no kids for me. No, thank you. I want the disposable income. I want to play games till whatever. I want to go out and get wild with Cool Greg. Just drink my head off and not have to worry about anything. When did I know something changed? Jen, the first date with Jen. The first date, well, as I've said before, the day before the first date, I texted Tim Gettys and I was like, I'm going to marry Jen. And he was like, haha. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. And then the first date we went out on, she was talking about, we were sitting there just like, downloading each other's lives into each other's lives. And it was, she was saying, I want to do this. I want to do this one day. Like, and she's like laying out her adult plan and all this stuff. She's like, and then eventually have like, 1 or 2 kids. And in my head, I went, okay. And then I went, wait, okay. I don't want kids. I've never wanted kids. This should be a deal breaker. But I know in this moment it's not. And it was that thing where it took me a while to deconstruct that away from the table, away from the date. And it's just the idea of like, oh, it's not that I didn't love my previous partners. I didn't love my exes. It was the fact, and it's not that, they wouldn't be great mothers. It was the fact that I didn't want kids with them. When in reality, I thought I just didn't want kids. Or maybe in that part of my life, I didn't want kids. But meeting Jen and knowing that she was the rest of my life, you think about life in a different way. You think about the next 50 years in a different way. And so, yeah, that was the thought of like, oh, we'd make cool kids. Oh, yeah, let's name them this. Let's do that. Oh, man, I would get them these Superman. Oh, maybe I should start buying Ghostbuster toys. And it's like, it was that thing. It was a light switch for me. And I don't think that's for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, because especially when, like, I remember when I'd say that to people, like, I don't want kids. And they'd be like, oh, you're going to change your mind. And that makes it bite down harder, right? Like, no, you motherfucker. I know me. I know what I'm talking about. I know who I am. And again, that part of my life, maybe that person I'm with, I know that that's not what it is. But then to be with Jen, it was like, oh, no, this is totally the way it's going to be. And it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be fun. And it's going to be a lot of cool content for you. Because I'm going to put the baby on my chest, keep hosting shows. Baby starts crying. Put it in another room. We live stream that baby's room. It's nonstop content. You can tip with your money and your bits for the baby to get a toy dropped. We'll have like a robot claw that can drop toys. See what I mean? People think it's so hard to be a parent. Fucking put them on camera. It's easy. Dead Center gave a tip and says, or not a tip. I'm sorry. We came off the morning shows, It's one of those hot days in here too. I hate it. Dead Center says, hey, Greg, I do something and it just feels so right. In the Game Over Greggy Show rigmarole, when you say the 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table during the words best friends, I put my index finger in the air and move it in 2 little circles. In my mind, it signifies all the best friends everywhere. You still have enough time to get your hand ready for this table just to give it a try and see how it feels. Question, if you could time travel just once for one day, when would you go? Thanks for everything you do. That's awesome. That's really fucking cool. I'm glad that you have these. That's what I love about the shows, right? And what I always try to express to people of like, we need to hit the times the shows are supposed to go live because like we are part of your rigmarole. We're part of your schedule. We're part of, your day. You associate mowing the lawn with us. You associate your drive to work on Monday morning with downloading this podcast and doing it. I'm glad that you have traditions that revolve around that I love so much. And that's so special and something I never ever thought when I started fucking, on Podcast Beyond that anything I ever did was going to resonate in a way that is like muscle memory for the listener. That's awesome. That's special. If I could time travel just once for one day, when would you go? Great question. The question I have for you is, am I going back as me? Boop, I'm there and I'm walking around and I'm going to be talking to people because I'm terrified of going back in time and fucking up the time stream. I don't want to do that. However, I've always thought it'd be cool when I die and get to whatever heaven is or whatever is afterlife to go back to, very particular moments and like have like the ability to rewind, watch it again, change angles, go up here and do this. So am I myself or am I a ghost? Am I like a ghost that can just like, woof, go around and see everything? Because what, and am I if I went back to a day in my life, am I in my body or am I watching from the outside? And if I'm in my body, am I just a passive audience member or am I influencing the decisions again? A lot of questions. So let's just simplify. If I could time travel back in time just once, fuck. And I'm going to say, because like here's, I mean, I'll you know, if I'm a ghost, right, and I don't have to deal with any of the repercussions, I just get to watch everything happen. It's always like crazy historical events. I want to be in Dallas for the JFK assassination just to see like what the fuck really happened. I've thought about before if you had like time travel powers and you could go back in time and like film things. Just film things. I know Chrononauts kind of talks about this. It's a comic book Nick recommended. But like, you know, go like the Titanic, like, right? What if you could go and just have it like be off in the, but like, and these all sound morbid because I guess they kind of are, but you know, that's not it. Let's dive in. Just any day in time, where would I go? But I'm myself. See, I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck something up. What if I take a seat on the bus that was meant for someone else? And since I take that seat on the bus, they miss the bus and then Obama's not born or something. What is going on over there? Oh, they're getting blackout curtains. Fuck. What day would I want to travel to? See, I don't want to go back and fuck up something horrible. I want to do it. If I got to go back in time and be myself and be in my body and all stuff, I just want to do it. I don't want to fuck anything up. I just can't have the butterfly effect. I don't want to go back there and either bring a modern day disease that their bodies couldn't handle, or get one of their old timey diseases. I always think it'd be cool to talk to Benjamin Franklin, but I don't want to influence him. Like I guess I've talked about this before, like, right? It'd be cool to be able to go back in time, pick people out of like they're about to die, but bring their like consciousness back. Not bring their like sick and feeble body, but bring their like, hey, where am I? I'm like, hey, you're in the future, you're about to die. I wanted to show you Ben Franklin this iPhone. What do you fucking think of this shit? You know what I mean? That'd be a good YouTube series if you could time travel and take people back. Dead Center says also, is there an official best friend hashtag? Nothing official. Jericho calls out the hashtag KFBF though and does a winky emoticon. People do use that a lot. Yeah, that's a good one, but that's not official. I think they have their own Twitch channel and all this other stuff. Like they own that to an extent. Kevin Series hot. Did you get them blackout curtains?
Oh shit.
That's what those were. Shut up. I'm just having a conversation with you. I love you. Mark Zebro Jr. writes in and says, "Hey Greg, I need yours and maybe the community's help with this. I'm planning to come out to California, mainly around when Kinda Funny Live 4 takes place, but I'm also looking to stay out there alone for almost a week for my vacation. Not specifically in SF, but all over California for some sightseeing, some good food, meeting some fun people, but genuinely just having a great time and would love some of your recommendations. I'm making this ambitious endeavor because I want to finally do something that adds some weight of self-discovery for myself. Over the past couple years, I've been engulfed by people's own negativity towards my ideas, which has held me back from pursuing some of my personal goals. Well, now I've decided to say fuck it and just do it. I want to feel alive, explore, and more importantly, be happy. I trust yours and the Kinda Funny best friend's judgment. Thank you. P.S. I was curious about booking a hotel. I was curious booking a hotel booking as well. Are there some good cheap hotels you recommend? And are there hostels in SF? Just wondering. Number one, first and foremost, there's nothing to announce for Kinda Funny Live 4. Don't be booking things, trying to guess the date or do anything weird like that, or even assuming it's happening. It might not happen. Don't do anything Kinda Funny Live 4 related. In terms of this journey of self-discovery through California, that's a pretty fucking awesome idea. I like that one quite a bit. Yes, there are hostels in SF. I have no idea how old you are, what kind of income you're working with here, Mark. You look a little young in your photo, but maybe it's a young photo. I don't know. Hostels for sure in SF. I assume all over California, the big places. San Francisco is an awesome city. I love it here. I would say come here and spend a good chunk of time here. Get around, eat some good food, meet new people. Go tag with Cool Greg. Cool Greg's just walking around Market Street all the time. You can find him. He's kind of like the mascot of Market Street. You know what I mean? Just down there ready to chill. Now, if you're into it, Napa Valley's awesome. They just had some fires here, of course, but there's a whole bunch of wineries up there and cool stuff to do. It's one of those hard to do without knowing your budget or your desires. And you want to stay California, they said, I guess. All right. LA's not great, but like, there's stuff to do in LA. I don't like LA that much. But it's just because I don't think they have a culture and I think it sprawls too much. But they got good tacos. San Diego's really cool. If you could time it around Comic-Con, you could go to Comic-Con. And again, you can't afford a ticket to Comic-Con, that's no big deal. You just bum around San Diego during Comic-Con. Comic-Con spills out in the streets. It's great. It's a big fun party. Stay in the gas lamp down there. No idea if they have a hostel. Go to Polite Provisions. This is a broad question without enough details. But I mean, San Francisco, San Diego, that'd be fun. I like Seattle. I know it's not in California, but you're on this coast. I don't know where you're coming from. I hear Portland's cool too. I've never been. I need to go. Steve Gainer's always telling me I got to come up there. But recommendations in California: surf, eat oysters, go across the Golden Gate Bridge. That's still cool for me. You know, I've been here like 11 years now, and like every time I drive across the Golden Gate Bridge, it's like, this is fucking awesome. Such a weird thing that we all take for granted. It's just like a place to get from point A to point B. But it's like it's been in every movie. Granted, it's always getting destroyed. Probably not going to happen ever while I'm on it, though. So, you know, pretty cool. Finn Oswald writes in and says, "Hi, Greg. Gotta say that Game Over Greggy with Max Landis is one of the best podcasts I've ever watched." Thank you very much. It means a lot. I have to ask how things are with you guys and Colin now. You give him shout outs and all the credit, which makes me happy. But do you think will, he's saying will, like the verb, see a real relationship between all of you in the near future? I don't mean to disrespect what relationship there may be now, but I've seen so little, if any, contact between the Kind of Funny crew and Colin. I wish you and everyone else the best. Well, thank you for wishing the best. Thanks for the Max Landis thing. There's no update on since the last time anybody asked me about this on an AMA with Colin. I still wish him all the best. I know he's doing the podcast. I know it's great. I know his YouTube channel is doing well. That's pretty much it. Like I said in the last AMA about this, like, we just all moved in different directions. He's always welcome up here on the shows, of course. Sorry. Emlyn Barden. Hi, Greg. I'm going to waste a question here, but I can't pass it up. Can you try to have Tim Miller on the Game Over Greggy show as a guest, please? On that episode, could Cool Greg be a host? What I'm saying is, I'd love an episode where the lineup is Tim Gettys, Tim Miller, Greg Miller, and Greg Gettys. Also, can you please thank Joey for pronouncing my name right in last month's Ask Kind of Funny Anything? Emlyn Barnden. Emlyn Barnden. I'm good, thank you. People I've known for years fuck it up. Here's where we open up Twitter or Google and we go Tim Miller. Oh, Tim Miller from No. Okay. Oh, okay. This is okay. You threw me a curveball there. All right. So the guy who directed Deadpool. Am I right there? Yes. Sure. Why do you want Cool Greg to be on it though? Cool Greg, am I missing a connection between you and Tim Miller and Deadpool? Oh, you just want it for the gag of Tim Gettys, Tim Miller, Greg Miller, and Greg Gettys, so all the names sound interesting. 2 Tims, 2 Gregs. Now I get you. No. 1,000% we're not going to do that for that reason. Like Deadpool a lot. He can come on and talk about that. And for that, I will never pronounce your name right again. Damn it, it's pretty self-explanatory that it's Emlyn in Barnden. What are they saying outside of that, though? Let me know. John Burleson says, "Hey, Greg, is the married life still good? When do we get the announcement that Greg or Jen Jr. is on the way? Get busy, son." Married life's awesome. I love it. It's amazing. Every day still feels like, I mean, in general, like, right? It's because we got, everything's fucking awesome and kind of funny. I'm fucking married and we have an awesome house. Portilla's still alive. Everything's like, holy shit. Every day is like, oh my God, this is so awesome. How did everything line up to be so great? So no, everything's great. The babies, they're not going to come for a while. Knock on wood. Jen still has to get approved by the government to work in the country. I'd like her to have a job. Let's get that done. Get that bridge crossed. Then we'll worry about the rest. Griffin Fennel. Hey, Greg. First off, thank you for cooking with Greggy. That show has inspired my lazy college ass to actually cook and not just eat boxed mac and cheese all the time. Now I have 2 questions for you. Before those questions, Griffin, thank you for watching Cook with Greggy. That, of course, a passion project of mine. We like doing these seasonal shows here. It could have gone either way. I thought that show might have come out and totally bombed, and it would have gotten 9,000 views every time. You guys have been incredibly kind to Cooking with Greggy. Thank you for watching it. But more importantly, thank you for listening. Thank you for making the meals. It's so heartwarming to go on Instagram and click the hashtag, Cooking with Greggy hashtag, and see like all these different people making wings, all making things. Mark Freeman continuing to kill it with every meal I put out there. You guys are amazing. Question 1. I recently started building up a gaming news source at OSU and have been reaching out for codes from various developers. I've only sent emails to indie devs so far. How do you go about getting codes for Kinda Funny? Incredibly similar way. If it's a big publisher, right, UB, EA, PlayStation, or whatever, like you go to their PR stuff. All these places have press sites, which you can at least you go through press releases, and you'll eventually find someone's name that's like in charge of that press release, and you can hit them up about that game. Independent developers the same way though. I just hit up a dev for a code. I'm pulling it out so I will be able to give them some credit. I like giving credit to the devs I talked to. These are indie devs, and I went to their website. Yes, I did. Hold on, I'm gonna go to my sent mail. There it is. Today, I'm getting together Kinda Funny Games Daily. I see a game in there called Slayaway Camp. I watched the trailer. It's a puzzle game where you're like Jason, and you go around and have to kill all the counselors or whatever, all the kids at camp. And I was like, that's awesome. So I took the developer name, put it in Twitter, found their Twitter. They didn't follow me, but had a website. Went through the website to their website. At the bottom, they had an inquiries thing. Sent it into them. Hey, love to get this game. They hit me back and were like, hey, we're not handling the codes. Go to this guy. I said, okay. Went to that guy. Had, hey, I want to do this. And he sent me the codes. So there you go. That's how easy it is. The internet and Twitter and the websites, they connect everybody. You're going to be able to get out there and do it. And you'll be able to find the games. And of course, I think it helps when you're starting your own thing of like, having a clear mission statement, right? Now, I mean, you're at OSU, you're this gaming source, but like, what are you guys doing that's different than like, why are you not just trying to be IGN of OSU? Are you like, do you have a thrust where you're just doing horror games, or you're doing sports games, or you're doing games that somehow incorporate OSU? Stuff like that. That'd be easy. You talk to those people, they're going to want to be a part of that because they know you are the audience they want to. And then question 2. What's your guys' policy on interviews? I sent an email a little while back and never heard anything, so I'm just curious. Thanks for everything you guys do. You help me find the little happy moment on all the many shit days that exist. Oh, damn. Much love, Griffin. P.S. My last name is said like 10L, silent H. Oh, 10L. Okay, gotcha. Our policy on interviews is, man, we'd love to do them. If we can, we do. The problem is that we get so many requests for this, for school projects, for people who just want to talk about like getting in the industry that, I'm sorry, some slip through the cracks. But basically for like what I've been doing I would say since 6 months in, maybe even a year into Kinda Funny, is just turning down podcast requests outright. Of just like, I'd love to, it's great, but I was finding it that I was burning the candle at both ends, where it'd be like, cool, we worked till 6:30 today, and I'm on somebody else's podcast at 7:30, so I don't see anybody. I'm just doing this. I'm not even playing games. I'm not even talking about things. I'm talking on these shows about things I should be doing. So I just had to dial it back, and I still try to do them at like a PAX or something like that, where I'll try to go out there or do interviews at like RTXs. But yeah, it's all hit or miss. It just depends on the day. Never be afraid to ask, but just understand that like this fucking place is a killer. It's great and we love it, but God, is it a lot of work. So a lot of times, yeah, things just get ignored, slide off the plate, don't happen. So I apologize. Jin Kim writes in and says, hello, Greg. Could you wish my friend, Justin Hong, a happy birthday? I hope he enjoys the Team Fat Apron. Will Team Fat Apron ever make a comeback in the future? I want him to know how limited this apron is going to be. Thanks. Well, thank you, Jin. And of course, happy birthday, Justin. Thank you for having a cool friend. Thank you for caring about us. And thank you, Jin, for picking up the Team Fat Apron from patreon.com/kindafunny, the fan mail tier up to the end of October. So you might be screwed by the time you see this. Who knows? Will it ever make a comeback? Who the hell knows? I mean, we learned a long time ago to stop saying something will never happen because it happens all the time. Right now, there are no plans. The Team Fat Apron is this limited October run. It's a fan mail tier. Even if we brought it back, and I would assume we'd bring it back one day. So the Team Fat Apron, right, is up on patreon.com/kindafunny is the fan mail tier. You also get a letter or a personal note from me saying what you should cook for dinner that night. We don't usually do our physical goods that way. It's happening this way because the Rooster Teeth was just like, hey, we can't do aprons in the time frame you guys need on this thing, if at all. And so it was like, okay, cool. We're going to do this on our own. We're going to bounce off and do this. So we're using a local person here in San Francisco, San Francisco. We're shipping them all out ourselves. We're putting them all in bags ourselves. So we're taking all the addresses down, stuff like that. One day, if Rooster Teeth's like, hey, we can do this, blah, 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 like, oh, okay, then let's look into that and see if that's something we want to do maybe down the line. But again, I think right now we're satiating the need, especially considering the season's going to be ending here in a little bit. You've had a long time to get it over on Patreon. But even if they did come back, my hope would be that you'd understand that you basically have the artisanal apron. You have the apron that we all worked on. We had to touch. We had to put in bags. This, like, if it gets mass produced at Rooster Teeth, that's great. You know, one day I want everybody to have that thing. I want it to be everywhere. Gordon Ramsay wearing it. But who knows? You know what I mean? I've been trying to get a fucking Portillo plush for years. Never happened. So will an apron happen one day? It's not on the. Here's what I'll say. It's not on the to-do list. There's a million ideas we have for merch. Joey's got notes out for days on things that happen. Aprons aren't one of them, but I don't want to say never. But they are incredibly limited. There's like 136 or something at the last count. I think something like that. People like them, and I'm glad you do. Thank you for your support. Jamie Lanham. Janie Lanham. Oh. Hey, Greg. Jamie here, a.k.a. Skizup. What up, Skizup? We both know you gave up on pronouncing it. I think I do it right now, don't I? Skizup? No, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. I would like to give a quick thanks again for always being so gracious and cool when I've met you. Nice to know people that I truly admire, respect, and love remember who I am and don't run away at the sight of me. I've been a best friend for about 2 years now, and I couldn't imagine my life without it. Now, the community is amazing. You guys provide relief and distractions from everyday life. You inspire me to try new things and to not be afraid to share myself with the world because there are, in fact, cool, accepting people out there. 2 quick questions. Number 1, young Greg Miller seemed to be more self-conscious and less sure of himself. As a 27-year-old at the moment, I am still learning how to be more confident with my own abilities and personality. When did this change for you? And when did your I don't give a fuck attitude of amazing Miller confidence come about? I would say probably I wasn't happy with my performance in high school. In high school, I was quiet. I wasn't as outgoing as I probably should have been. I'd gotten braces and then gotten this metal plate on like separator spreader thing on the top of my mouth, which made it really hard to talk. So I kind of went quiet, except for like my friends and my group of friends. And so by the time I graduated high school, I was like, I don't want to be this thing. I don't want to be this kid. You know what I mean? And it was also uniforms and all this other bullshit. And so it was like, what do I like about myself? Let's double down and let's do that. And so going into college, I went in there, I think with the, not the full I don't give a fuck attitude, but like to an extent, right? I came in with blue hair, wore a Hawaiian shirt every day and wore jorts and tube socks and all this stuff. Like, college would definitely be the turning point, I would say, freshman year going in there of just being like, I thought it was liberating to go away from home, be 6 hours from anyone I knew, have to completely start over, force myself to be, like I always talk about, freshman year, that first Friday where the 2 friends I had made, they went away back home for the weekend. I just walked the hallway, and the first door I opened, that was open. I was like, hey, I'm Greg, and I don't have any friends. You want to hang out tonight? And they were like, all right, sure. And that was the thing. Like, everybody at college is so into that and so in that same place that faking it until you make it, right? Of just like being confident and getting out there and doing all that helped. In terms of like taking my shirt off and being stupid, not being self-conscious and stuff like that, the Antlers were a huge part of that. It was I've talked about them a lot and like being crazy sports fans and all these different things, but I don't tell them. Of course, it doesn't matter. They're a bunch of dumb college kids. They can't sue me. But like Team Fat is stolen from them because we'd go to tailgate and then everybody would get drunk and then it would be we go play kickball and you go up there and it was Team Skinny versus Team Fat and Team Fat was always the shirtless team. And we would just be drunk and play kickball up there and scream Team Fat. So it's like that's where that came from, right? And it was like nice to be around that group of acceptance and like that's what it was. So that was it. College. College is the answer. You just got to fake it till you make it, Jamie. Number 2. There are a lot of best friends out there, and I'm one of them. Being that I'm pretty self-conscious, I worry a lot about being too big a fan, being annoying, posting too much, or showing my appreciation too much. I love the best friends, and I do love all of Kind of Funny. It all comes from a place of respect and thinking you are all the bee's knees. Basically, do we need a safety word, and have you ever had a problem with super fans without naming names? Want to be supportive without being annoying. Thanks for all you guys do, and thanks for the big bite of pizza in Vegas. Till next time. Jamie ate some of my pizza during the GameStop Expo. Don't worry about that. That's the least of your concerns of being too supportive. Trust me. Trust me, that's not the problem. It's the kids who are very angry about things, who want to cut down at every corner. They're the ones that are like, all right, can you look in the mirror and think about what you're doing? You're fine. Being supportive is fine. And if you're one of the kids who's, that's always the thing. I always say something like that, and then somebody's like, well, I'm critical of them. Am I the problem? You're not the problem. Trust me. There's what you are on the spectrum isn't that. It's the far-flung one over here who's really being mean. That's the one who should worry about it. In terms of having a super fan problem? No. And I just go back to this is the craziest thing about Kinda Funny, that if it all closed up tomorrow and I went and worked in a coffee shop for the rest of my life. Do you understand? You know, this is the same thing. And I feel like I bring this up all the time, but like how much I believe in the best friend mantra, and how much I believe if you've watched this boring ass AMA of me just talking this long, you're a best friend. You're hanging out with your friend Greg Miller, and I'm hanging out with my friend, you on the other side of the camera. Think about how much faith and trust and belief we have in you guys, in the way that up until a little over a year ago, yeah, whatever, for even now, but like back in the day, if you wanted to come on the show, you gave us money and you came to my house. You came to the house I lived in, that Colin lived in, that his girlfriend at the time lived in, that Steimer lived in at the time, that Portillo lived in. Like, you knew where we worked every day. You were right there. Most of the time I gave you my phone number until I figured something out. Like that's the level of trust we have in you all. Like that, and that's why it's been that, no, I've never had a best friend that is like, ooh, like, what do you do? Like a person who meets you in real life at E3 or whatever that's like, oh, you're going to kill us one day. Like, no, that's not what this is. Because again, we're lucky enough to be small enough that we can have this relationship, and it makes sense to us. Might not make sense to that other person who pops in and once in a while is like, oh, it's just a marketing scheme, blah, blah, blah. You get it, Jamie. You owe me pizza. Adam. So it goes without saying, you have helped a ton of people. My question is, do you consider yourself a real-life superhero? We all know superheroes have powers and help people in the world. And you have helped out so many people in the community and in the world. You have even helped me become who I am today and saving me from depression. You've saved other people from depression, suicide, and major medical issues. So I'm sure other people agree with me that we all think you are a superhero. But at the end of the day, do you consider yourself one? Thanks for everything, Adam. ... P.S. Thank you for everything you do. I got that from the message, but thank you very much, Adam. Of course, I don't consider myself a superhero. No, are you kidding me? It's the same thing as like the problem when we're talking about, like, you know what I mean? Of like, to Jamie's thing of like, oh, we're too supportive? No, because there's so many people, not even so many people that are going to be negative, but like the off-base criticism or feeling like we're always on the defense or something, like that's what wears you down and runs you down, right? Like, again, I'm on my best behavior, not my best behavior. I'm in my best moment right now. I'm being the Greg I want to be with you guys right now, except for the sweat. And that's awesome, but when camera turns off and I go back to my desk and I go back to dealing with everything else we have to deal with on a daily basis, like that's what wears you down. I feel so less than a superhero, right? Like I don't think that's the case at all. That's awesome, and I'm glad, and that's what I'm talking about, is the fact that this relationship is that special, where we're able to influence people's lives without, like, that's never been my thing, right? When I write the post on the forums of like, you're not allowed to kill yourself, I'm not doing it of like, I sure am fucking saving the world, right? I'm like literally just talking to my friends like, hey, you're fucking not allowed to kill yourself. I know things suck and this is bad. But you know how real life is. It's the same way for everybody else. Like the problem with what we do and how we do it, right, is that, and this sounds shitty, but stick with me. I'm not trying to say it in a shitty way. The extraordinary becomes ordinary. So we go win this award. I have 1 million Twitter followers. This is blah, blah, blah. And it's like there's that high of the moment of whatever the mountain peak you've reached, but then there's another mountain peak to go climb. And so you're always climbing. And so it's so easy to be like, just have the weight of the world on your shoulders and worry about this. And are we getting enough? Are we making enough money? And like, well, we're not, this ad isn't happening anymore, but that isn't, blah, blah. Like worry about all these different things and worry about what somebody's saying on a forum or whatever. And then forget the fact that, oh, hey, like I'm also flying, I'm flying to Austin to be on this show, or I'm flying across the world to go meet these fans. Like it's hard in everyday life to do it. So I don't feel like a superhero. I feel less than, I don't know. I feel less than. I think we all probably do at some point. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know how special this is. I know what we've created. But again, right now, it's just me talking to a camera. Cool Greg over there. All of us dying of heat. It's not that I see you and I see the reactions. It's when you give it back, when you send in the fan mail, the P.O. box, when you write into the shows, when you give us a tip on Twitch and you say that this is what we've done for you. That's the stuff that refills the cup and keeps us all going. But no, I don't feel like a superhero. Johnny Davis writes in and says, hey, Greg, big fan, and got to meet you in Seattle. I was the recent kidney transplant guy. You were awesome and made the whole PAX trip an amazing experience. My question is about your cooking hobby. Is there any meal or specific food that you don't know how to cook yet that is on the goal to learn how to cook? Oh my God, are you kidding me? I don't know how to cook so much. That's the thing. I'm making these MasterChef. I made this MasterChef audition video. So let me send it in. And I'm down, but then I watch MasterChef and these people are just rattling off things and words. I don't know. I'm like, fuck, I don't know. If I made it, would I even get, like, if they even brought me in for like a callback, would it even work? Would they see right through me? There's tons of stuff. I don't know how to, like, if you gave me a nice piece of fish, I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I can sear it, right? And that's good for like tuna. But like last night, Jen made some crazy fish and it was just like, no idea how you did this. I was at work. You know, I came in, it was just done. I was like, all right, I got to do that. I don't know how to make pizza dough from scratch. All these things are easy and things you have to learn. But again, it comes down to time, right? The reason I love the Rachel Ray magazine and the Blue Apron and all that stuff is that it's just quick. It's 30 minutes and you're done. Some of this stuff you got to think so far in advance. And like this morning, I showed up to do Kind of Funny Games Daily thinking it was Tim until I looked at the schedule and saw it was Robin. I was like, oh, nope, different day. Forgot that I booked that. So there's a ton of stuff. Like cooking's an awesome hobby and an awesome passion and something that I'm still learning every day, getting better at and better at. I'm a Greg Miller guy, writes in and says, hey, Greg, big fan since IGN days. My name is also Greg. If you, Cool Greg, and I were a WWE stable, what would our name be? Looking forward to being on GOG one day, you big, beautiful bastard. Keep making the world a better place. So it's 3 Gregs. I mean, we could steal Dudley Boys, be Team 3G. But that also sounds like a bad iPhone. That sounds like a bad iPhone service. I like alliteration, but Greg Grubs. The Greg Grubs. The Greg Club. I'd want to say Greg a lot. You know what I mean? Because that's funny. Kind of how I was doing like, the USA Today. That's funny. So, Greg. It's the Greg gang. And then Cool Greg would take the mic and go, gang, squad. That's where. We're the Greg gang. Nicole Humphrey left a comment and says, Greg, in your opinion, who is the best and worst Batman? My ranking of them, worst to best, is Val Kilmer, Christian Bale. Wow. George Clooney, fuck you. Come on, really? Really, Nicole? Ben Affleck, Adam West, Kevin Conroy, and Michael Keaton. All right. My best, I think you got to go best is Kevin Conroy. Animated series, come on. He's been in everything. He's been in video games. He's awesome. When I read Batman comics, it's Kevin Conroy's voice I hear. Worst is George Clooney by a mile. It's insulting you did this to Christian Bale, putting him below George Clooney. It makes me very angry, Nicole. Thank you for your support. I'm very angry at you, though. Man, there's a lot of questions this year. I don't know what I'm saying, month. Angel Cruz says, Greg, you sexy son of a very nice and respectable woman. Always happy to see you. Thanks to Nick last time he did the Q&As. I asked him how to start up a YouTube channel and Mixer stream. He gave me advice that honestly changed my life. Since then, I wrote half of my book I've been putting off for years, started up a podcast, YouTube, and Mixer accounts with a couple of friends, and to great success. We're still in the early stages, but it's growing much faster than we ever thought. So thank you, Nick, for the inspiration. Plus, everyone at Kind of Funny. With all that being said, Greg, I'd love some advice from you on how to continue this success, how to grow, how to manage a community, how to do a better podcast. We've done a couple, and I'm proud of them, but they could be better. And anything else you'd like to tell me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you, Nick, Tim, Andy, Kevin, and Joey. Oh, and Andrea. All of you have changed my life for the better, and I'm so proud to call myself a best friend. Stay amazingly awesome, Angel. Congratulations. Good job. You're doing it already, which is get out there and do it. The podcast, how to make a better podcast, is to do more podcasts. My podcasts are all garbage when I start doing podcasts on GameScoop and IGN is AFK. I'm awful because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know when to breathe. I don't know when to talk. I don't know how to give someone a signal that they should pick it up, that I should die down. You don't know how to read the room, right? You got to just keep doing it, and you just got to power through all that bad stuff. It's just like writing. You got to write a whole bunch to get to where you're writing good stuff. You got to podcast a whole bunch to get to where you're podcasting all the great stuff. How to grow, collaborate. Of course, YouTube Creator Playbook. I believe it's youtube.com/playbook. You get it for free. It's best practices to succeed on YouTube, but it's best practices to succeed on any of these social platforms on how to grow as a personality and any of that stuff. Collaboration's the big one. Don't jump out and try to collaborate with IGN right now. Try to collaborate with somebody who's got 10,000 more subs than you, right? That you can go in and be like, hey, we should work together because we're kind of on the same level. And they come in and they make your community, they make their community think you're a cool person and bring them in that way. How to manage community is to stay involved. Stuff we fucked up, right? We get too busy. We fall out of it before we had Joey. And then you come back and everything's on fire. And people have done this. You got to be clear. You got to be concise. You got to speak your mind. You've got to let them know this is how I feel. This is what it is. And then decide what the vision of the community is. And then eventually hire Joey Noel. Cameron McCullough-Keeble says, hi, Greg. Hope you're good. My question to you is, do you have any social media regrets? You've been the face or co-face of a couple brands that have been major social media presences. Is there anything you regret doing as a part of your presence? Thanks, dude. Anything I regret doing on social media? See, the fear is I'll say no, and then somebody I've offended in the past will be like, well, what about this one time when you did this? I'm like, oh, no, that's a great example. And they'll be like, he doesn't care. And I'm like, no, it's not that I don't care. I just forgot. I just don't. I got nothing off the top of my head. Things I regret doing. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing shorts because it's 1,000,000 degrees in here. No, I really don't have any. I've never had the giant faux pas or anything. No, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I let it ride. It's much like my life. You can be one of these people who, oh, my biggest regret is this, and oh, if I could go back, I'd change this, and blah, fuck all that shit. Every choice I made got me here right now, and I'm in a fucking awesome place. If I went back and changed them, it'd be like the time travel question. Maybe I go back and change one thing I think would make it better, and I get out of Missouri, and I don't get the video game column, and I go off to somewhere, and this never happens. Everything I've done got me here and made me the person I am, part of the fabric and the quilt of who I am and what my life is. Every mistake I have made is in the learning experience that I've taken on to the next thing. I've done well enough and good enough to keep folks like you around or bring folks like you in, right? And find like-minded individuals that want to be cool and want to celebrate each other and want to talk about fun shit and want to have good times. So no regrets. Mark St. Marie. Hello, Greg. My name is Mark St. Marie. Saint pronounced Saint. No, I got it. Thank you. Again, French-Canadian wife. And I've been a big fan of yours for many years now. Love the work you and the Kinda Funny crew have done over the years, and I look forward to whatever is next. I have a question and a request. Question. I miss seeing you and Colin interact and discuss different topics. I know it's probably nothing to worry about, but I'm always a little disappointed when I see an event involving the Kinda Funny crew, parentheses, Kevin's wedding / bachelor party or your own wedding, and Colin is nowhere to be seen. My question is, do you have any plans in the works to collaborate with Colin in the near future, whether it be on his awesome show, Colin's Last Stand, or the Game Over Greggy show? Request is next. For the answer to that one, as I said before, no. As I said with the Team Fat thing, like all options are on the table with the apron, but like there's no plans for it now. Request. My girlfriend cannot stand podcasts, and whenever I'm listening to one or mention something from a podcast, she says, in a joking manner, "You're an old man. Podcasts are for the middle-aged and elderly. My parents listen to podcasts, you old man." Tell my girlfriend Amanda that she is crazy and to let me listen to my podcast in peace. Amanda, get off Mark's back. Let him listen to the podcast. Do you understand that him listening to that podcast feeds my wiener dog? Do you want my wiener dog, 12 years old, barely hanging on already, to die because of you, Amanda? I didn't think you'd sink to this level, Amanda. I thought you were better than this. Mark, dump her. Unless she says it's okay to start listening to podcasts. Then, hey, Amanda, then Mark, marry her. It's easy. Thank you for being you, and I hope you and Jen are having an amazing life together. Beyond. No, we're having a great life together. Thank you so much. Brett Griffin, is there a skill or talent that you wish you had or want to improve at? Wish I could play the piano. Don't want to do any of the work to be really great at a piano, but I wish I could play the piano. Took lessons for like a few months in college. I've told this story before. And then Prince of Persia came out and I stopped taking lessons. Wish I could play piano. Joel Joplin says, hey, capital G. I'm really digging the Cooking with Greggy episodes. Something about seeing someone cooking in a kitchen that doesn't look like it was filmed in the X Mansion makes me think I can cook too. Any chance of you making a Kinda Funny cookbook eventually, like within a year or so? I know true genius can't be rushed, but as you make your own versions of meals, I'd love to try them out and show them off for my friends. No plans for that right now. Again, similar to the collaboration, similar to Team Fat Aprons. Nothing. We have so many other mountains to climb right now. That's not one of them. But if I win MasterChef, I think they do that. So there's no way for you to help me get into MasterChef. But if I do, maybe that would happen. Stephen Oslin says, hey, Greg. Now he says hi. Fuck. Hi, Greg. Are there any dishes or cooking skills you struggle with and are trying to improve? Personally, I still struggle at getting the right consistency in my sauces. Improving, though. Also, thanks for inspiring me to cook more in the last year or so. No, thank you and Joel for cooking more and listening to that. That's the whole point of Cooking with Greggy, right? Is that I'm not great. I'm not a professional chef, but I love doing it, and I think you might love doing it too. And it's fun and easy to make cool stuff. Yeah, tons of skills on it. I mean, everybody who watches Cooking with Greggy's like, dude, you suck at using a knife. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, why don't you bear claw? And I'm like, because the bear claw sucks, but I'm trying to get better at it. I was reading the Blue Apron cookbook I bought last night. Again, Blue Apron not sponsoring this AMA, or maybe even any of the products this week. But I really like Blue Apron, and I bought their cookbook myself with my own money. And I was reading, like, they have a method for slicing an onion in there. I was like, what the fuck? That seems so easy. I should do that because I hate slicing onions. I always cry. But dishes, yeah, there's tons of stuff. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know how to cook fish. Not really anxious to either, but I need to figure that out. Make a good ramen would be nice. But all this stuff is just also things that I haven't put any of the skill points into. I haven't actually sat down and worried about it and done it. I need to. And the final patreon.com/kindafunny AMA question for Greg Miller for the month of October 2017 comes from Francisco. Francisco says, hey, Greg, I've been feeling sort of nostalgic. I'm in my last year of college, and I've started to think back on all my experiences. While I had some roadblocks along the way, like depression and such, I think I've thoroughly enjoyed my time. But I've been thinking at all the other things I could have done the last 3 years. Question, looking back at your college or school years in general, are there some things you wish you did or could have done? Really enjoying cooking with Greggy, and I hope it comes back in the future. Heart. I hope it comes back one day, too. Man. So college, is there something I wish I had done that I didn't do? Not really. Similar question, similar answer to before in this AMA, right? Of like, all those decisions got me here. So I don't want to go back and nickel and dime myself for something I did or didn't do. Probably should have had a social security card and gotten paid for the comic strip I drew the first semester I drew it. But, you know, whatever. We just would have spent it on beer, which I spent my dad's money on anyway, so whatever. Should have kept going to piano lessons, cool Greg. But then I wouldn't have played video games, cool Greg. And if I don't play Prince of Persia, do I not play another game down the line? And then do I not have you know what I mean? Butterfly effect. Don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it. Yeah, my dad gave me beer money. You heard me right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your AMA for October 2017. Remember, in the future, if you want to participate, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny. Back us at that tier. You can ask questions of whoever is next, or from there on out. Plus, you get cool bonuses. You get the shows early. You can watch us live stream the shows. You get the MP3 early. You get the audio early. You get automatically entered to win things. You get early access to shows like Cooking with Greggy. It's a pretty good deal. And, of course, it keeps the lights on here. Keeps us employed. And much like Amanda, you know, it keeps Portillo fed. So if you don't support over there, I'm just saying you hate Portillo and wiener dogs, apparently. Elderly wiener dogs who have given you years of enjoyment. You know what I mean? Just fucking look in the mirror and think about yourself. You know? Get over yourself and think about somebody else. No, I'm kidding, everybody. Thanks so much for your support. We love and appreciate you. Until next time, it's been my pleasure to serve you.